Mrs. Grant and Mr. Hess. Do you like our masks? Welcome to our virtual orientation. Typically we would be greeting you in the sanctuary, but this year you get to watch a video. So welcome to 6th grade. Hopefully this video will give you lots of tips for this year.
All right, first thing we're going to talk about is Yellowstone. That's our big 6th grade trip. We are still waiting to hear back from the Rangers this year to see if that's a go. They canceled trips last spring. So if we do get to go, our trip is October 26th to 30th in the Lamar Valley. We sent out some stuff for a parent lottery to see which parents are able to go. We're limited on space on this trip. So I'm going to read you the names of the families that have gotten back to us. Dickerson, Krause, Baker, Kramer, Servey, Hare, Schmidt, Iverson, Castorena, Hall, and Pope have gotten back to us. So if you'd like to be included on that list, make sure to email either myself or Mrs. Grant soon. This is an awesome trip, and hopefully we get to experience that this year.
So here are some keys to success for entering middle school, entering 6th grade. The cool thing is that it's a little bit different from elementary school. You're going to get to move around from class to class so things don't get boring throughout the day. PE is 45 minutes instead of 30. Still only twice a week, but it's a longer period of time. Typically, middle school students change for PE into different clothes. We won't be doing that this year, but please remember on Tuesdays and Thursdays to bring appropriate footwear so that you can participate well. There are no snacks allowed in class, but we'll have a break time for healthy snacks in between 2nd and 3rd hours. You'll be able to eat a snack at the beginning of 3rd hour. So hopefully we can do that to fuel your brain and keep you going until lunch. Bring your own. This year we will not be doing a grab and go option, so bring your own snack. CORE is a class that we have every Friday. CORE stands for Community of Respect and Encouragement. It gives us a chance to meet in a small group, to fellowship, to figure out organizational things, and to talk about 6th grade happenings. So my core group for this year is all the ladies in 6th grade, and Mr. Hess will have you gentlemen. So hopefully you got cards from us in the mail, and we'll be touching base with you on drop-in days coming up.
All right, a few more things. Exploratory, so your normal Spanish, PE, music, art, library is replaced this year by some exploratories, which are times that are built in every day to do something a little different. First quarter, you'll be taking tech, and you'll bounce back and forth between Mrs. Colbaum and Mr. McKenzie, and they're going to get you real used to Google and work on some typing and other fun things. A little later on, we'll have world languages, some improv classes. We try to give you a pretty well-rounded, some well-rounded options there. Lockers, you have a top and a bottom locker. You're going to put everything in there. This year's a little different because we're not going to go to our locker after every class. We're going to take some backpacks to classes with our stuff in them just to minimize the time that we're together in the hallway. And no recess. You still have a break after lunch, but you're middle schoolers now, so we call it break.
Pay attention here. This is something that is a shock sometimes starting middle school. We do not accept late work for full credit. We're going to help you stay organized so that doesn't become a problem, but we need to really stay on top of getting things turned in on time because that's a valuable life skill for all of us. You can check RenWeb, which we now call Facts, on a regular basis. All teachers will be updating that daily with grades and homework assignments, so it's a great place if you forgot to write something down. You can check for homework assignments there, also to stay on top of your grades and if things go missing. Homework extensions, thank you for reminding me. In the back of your planner, you will see that there are some homework extensions, some hall passes, and some printing passes. Those you'll want to keep track of. You want to hang on to your planner all year because if something happens and you're like, oh no, I didn't do my math assignment last night, you can use a homework extension. You just present that to your teacher, they sign it off, and you can turn in the homework a day late without penalty. So we do have a little bit of cushion there so it's not instantly you're docked. So that should be good. Lunch detention and timeouts. That is a way for us to discipline, I guess, or for to keep us all in check. A timeout is when you go during lunchtime with your lunch into a classroom and eat your lunch spread out from your friends. It's just a time for you to kind of reflect and to get yourself together and those sorts of things. Timeout is the first, after a warning, it's the first consequence that you might receive. After that, it goes to a lunch detention. And lunch detention is you eat your lunch in that room as well as you spend the break time in that room, kind of away from your friends. So those are in place so we can get behaviors checked and hopefully fixed. If they start piling up, then we contact parents and have a chat with you to hopefully figure out a different way that we can handle that. So, not too scary, nothing to worry about, but something that is in place. Uniform compliance, we will be checking on uniforms, you know, the same old belts and tucked in shirts. In middle school, you have an option to wear a hoodie, which is exciting. You can get those at the office. It's going to be warm when we start school, so you need to make sure that if you're going to be wanting to take off your hoodie in the day, that you have a uniform shirt underneath. You're not required to wear a uniform shirt underneath if you don't plan to take off your hoodie, but warning, it's going to be hot at the beginning of the year. The other two things, or the other thing that I wanted to talk about was masks, and we'll touch on that a little bit later. Masks will be a new part of our uniform, and these ones are pretty sweet. They have the Royals logo on them, all sorts of fun there. And lastly, be on time.
All right, some things that you need to bring to every class, and this will be, again, a little bit different this year. Same things, but you're going to pack them in a backpack, so it should make it a little easier actually. Always your planner, your textbook, your accordion folder where you'll have, you know, your assignments and extra paper, things like that. Writing utensil and a composition notebook. So every, or I should say most of your classes use composition notebooks. We'll give you a little piece of tape to put on the spine of that. That makes it really easy. So mine's a little piece of gold duct tape. You know that's your social studies one. You grab it pretty easy.
All right, so more new stuff. We're going to mention it again. Be on time. Tardies add up to lunch detention. So it's critical that you are on time in the morning, first thing, 8:30 when we start, and also in between classes. You can go to a teacher if you need to use the restroom and say, hey, I'm going to be a little bit late, I'm going to use the restroom, and that will be excused. But if you're just wandering in late, we'll have to stop that and hopefully fix that behavior. Promethean boards, these lovely things, are a great gift to our school. You're able to use those with permission. So it's not a free-for-all, come into class and start doing whatever you'd like on those. Please use those with permission. I talked briefly about the printer pass that's in the back of your planner. Sometimes printers at home break or you forget to print something. We've built in a system with 5 printer passes that you can show to a teacher and they will print something for you if needed. 5 of those. Portfolios. Hopefully you've worked with Google Sites in 4th and 5th grade at building your academic portfolio. We work on those more in middle school and work on presenting them and use that as a pretty cool thing at the end of each term. You'll have to put in 2 work samples from each subject for each quarter. So we're just telling you that now so you remember to hang on to things as we go throughout the year so that we can get them into your portfolio. Chromebooks. We don't have a classroom set of Chromebooks, but each student will have their own Chromebook that they're going to take with them to class and take with them throughout the whole day. So in the morning, you'll come to your core class, you'll drop off your cell phone if you have a cell phone, you'll drop off your cell phone with your core teacher, and then you take a Chromebook. The Chromebook will be assigned to you. We're just trying to limit lots of people touching the same devices. So you'll have a Chromebook with you all day, you'll take it to every class. It will go under your desk for every class, and it won't come up to your desk until a teacher asks you to use it. So it's critical that we follow that rule, but also exciting, you'll have your own Chromebook. And please bring a water bottle. Our water fountains have been disabled this year for a little bit, but we still do have the water bottle fill feature, so bring a water bottle and we'll keep you hydrated all day.
All right, I'm sure everybody has lots of questions about COVID-19 guidelines and regulations and policies and things that we're going to be following at school. So we'll start first with masks. We are going to wear masks. We're going to mask up during transition times. when we're in the hallway, when we get into school, pretty much whenever we're in the building and moving around people, we're gonna mask down. When we get to our office, that means your desk. When you're near your desk, we'll be spaced apart. You can bring your mask down. If a teacher comes over to help you, if someone comes over to help you with a math problem or something, the polite and respectful thing to do would be to mask up while that teacher's helping you, then you can mask down. Basically, we can be masked down when we're appropriately distanced and masked up when we're kind of a little closer to people. Backpacks, we talked about that. We're going to take those to classes. A lot of you are going to really like that. And because our desks are so spread out, it makes it a little easier. Desks, again, spaced out to support social distancing. And in general, we're going to encourage you to wash your hands. There's hand sanitizer all over the building. We are going to sanitize our spaces between classes. We've got some spray bottles that are just spray it and forget it. We'll have wipes, all those types of things, and definitely stay home when you're sick or having, especially some of those COVID type symptoms.
So I think that's it for us. We are going to look forward to seeing you guys on drop-off days, so August 11th, 12th, and 13th between 8 and 11 in the morning. Come find us, we'll show you to your locker, we'll give you a folder with your schedule and all that fun stuff in it, and don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. I am Kay Grant at gracepocatello.org.
Jay Hess at gracepocatello.org.
And we look forward to seeing you. Thanks, guys.